Do your job.
Anton Scoro with Fight Hub TV, and I'm standing next to Ryan Couture and Jimmy Jones of Extreme Couture. How's it going tonight, guys?
It's going good.
Very good, very good.
Excellent. So, talk to me a little bit about why you guys are out here tonight.
We decided to come out and play dress up for a couple hours to benefit the Extreme Couture GI Foundation, the charity that Dad set up a few years ago to help wounded soldiers.
I love it. And Jimmy, are these your church clothes?
I think if I stepped anywhere near a church, I'd burst into flames.
So I wanted to grab you guys because you guys both have big fights coming up. Jimmy, your fight actually just got announced, and I was talking to you a little bit about this. This is your second pro fight. Talk to me a little bit about your opponent and how you feel coming into this fight.
His name's Walter Patterson. He's 7-3 out of Ultimate Fitness Center, I believe. He's fought a few tough guys, and I'm just happy to get in there finally. It's been about 6 months now, and it's a good step up in competition for me, so I'm looking forward to it.
A good step up in competition. How about a huge step up in competition? When you told me you were fighting a guy that's 7-3, it kind of struck me as odd because this is your second pro fight. Talk to me a little bit about, I guess, maybe the confidence or the mindset that it takes to take this step up in competition at such an early point in your career.
I think 7-3 looks a lot better on paper. When you dig deeper, you look at the guys that he's fought and some tape on the guy, and that's how we came about taking the fight. Ryan and I were in, where were we, Toronto? We were in Toronto looking up tape on the guy when I got word of who I was fighting, and decided it'd be a good matchup for me.
So, and you've also got the home advantage in the sense of things because if I'm not mistaken, the fight's here in Las Vegas as well.
That's right, yep.
How does it feel, because this is something Ryan hasn't really got to experience outside of the Tough Enough, how do you feel fighting in Las Vegas again for your second time in your pro career?
It's pretty fun. I like to have all my family and friends around me, but I mean, more importantly is having a good corner surrounding me, just so I can have lots of guys I can trust helping me out with the fight. It'd be nice to travel pretty soon for some fights, but until then, I have no problem fighting at home here in Vegas.
It's not a bad place to fight. Now, Ryan, talk to me a little bit about that on the flip side for you, because you haven't had a chance to fight here in Las Vegas since your last Tough Enough fight, which ended in a draw against Sean Bollinger. So talk to me a little bit about having to fight away from home.
You know, I had done a couple of amateur fights on the road as well. It's not ideal. It's more difficult to bring the team with that you want, and you know, traveling on weigh-in day particularly sucks. Thankfully, Strikeforce usually brings me out a couple days early, so I can kind of get situated and then cut the weight there. You know, so it's not too bad. I don't mind living out of a hotel room for a few days. But obviously, fighting at home here in Vegas would be great. Sleeping in my own bed, training in my own gym, and then the crowds in Vegas are like nowhere else.
Especially for a Couture. Now, I know you can't really talk a lot about who your opponent is coming up into this fight, but talk to us a little bit about where you're fighting on this Strikeforce card.
The show's going to be at the ShoWare Center in Kent, Washington, which is like half hour, 45 minutes from where I grew up, went to high school, so I'm really excited. All my buddies are fired up. My college and high school buddies are talking about buying a suite at the arena, and we've got tons of family up there still, so I'm planning to have a big cheering section and really looking forward to getting back into the Northwest for another fight.
Absolutely. Now, Ryan, talk to me a little bit about where you're at this point in your career, because like I was talking to your dad earlier, you've actually kind of stamped your name in this sport and starting to make a name for yourself as Ryan Couture.
Yeah, I think I've given people notice that I'm someone to keep an eye on. You know, obviously I haven't fought top-level competition yet, and I'm still a ways away from that, but, you know, I feel I've shown that I have potential to go far in this sport, and I just got to keep doing the right things and taking these incremental steps up. You know, I'm sure this opponent will be that much tougher than the last one and so forth, so, you know, I just got to keep taking the right steps and picking the right fights, and you know, I'll get there eventually. Absolutely.
Ryan, quick question for you, too, on that note. Do you feel that probably the hardest point in your career is not being rushed into fights too soon?
Definitely. I mean, I already get asked in interviews and just by random people, you know, on Twitter or Facebook, wherever, you know, when are you going to get in there and fight for a title? When are you going to be in the UFC? You know, I want to see you fight Melendez, and I'm like, whoa, you know, hold on, I've got 2 fights. Those guys, you know, they eat me for lunch right now. You know, I got to build up to that, but that's definitely where my sights are set and where I want to be in the long run.
Absolutely. Now, I wanted to talk to you guys, too, at the same time, because it's kind of interesting. You guys are kind of the new face of Extreme Couture. I mean, you know, there's Gray and Tyson and everyone else that people already know of, but you guys are kind of the new young and up-and-coming gunners, I guess, coming out of Extreme Couture. Talk to me a little bit about maybe the weight on your guys' shoulders and I guess kind of the cross that you guys have to carry, you know, being the new guys.
We just have fun with it, man. We're screwing around. We refer to ourselves as Team Handsome all the time. We're just having fun and enjoying the ride. I think it's really cool getting to come up with such good friends and these bonds I've built with these training partners that are all coming along kind of at the same stage in our careers has been great. It's really helped me. It's a great support system, I think, for all of us to be able to be there for each other in training and on fight night. And win, lose, or draw, I know I've got my best friends in my corner standing behind me, and there's nothing, there's no substitute for that.
Awesome. Jimmy, your thoughts?
Well, first of all, Ryan got it wrong. Everyone refers to us as Team Handsome, not just us. But no, it's really a privilege to work with these guys every single day and to carry the Extreme Couture name on our backs when we step into the cage or ring or wherever it may be. And having the support of these guys too is really special. It's good to know that you have the support of all the guys back home at the gym, and just pushing the Extreme Couture name is a good thing.
All right, guys, so last question. We're here for your dad, Randy Couture, obviously a huge name, had a phenomenal career, goes down as one of the biggest legends in this sport. I want you guys to each tell me your most memorable moment of Randy's career.
Oh, geez. There have been so many. It's tough. I think for me, the one that sticks out, though, was the Tim Sylvia fight. Being there, the Nationwide Arena in Columbus, that place was nuts. Up until Toronto, I'd never seen a crowd like that before, and seeing the place packed from the first prelim until the last fight and how nuts they went for him was awesome. And then obviously the strength of that performance speaks for itself.
Absolutely. Jimmy, how about you?
Yeah, as far as crowd volume goes, Toronto was definitely nothing like I've ever seen before. It blew my mind, but like Ryan said, I agree with the Tim Sylvia fight. Watching it on pay-per-view, I couldn't believe what was going on. I mean, him coming out of retirement like that and putting the big guy down when no one else had even stood a chance before the past few fights that he had. So that was something special to watch.
Awesome. Well, guys, once again, Ryan Couture, Jimmy Jones, Extreme Couture, the new Young Guns. Make sure you guys keep your eyes out on them and check them out.